Imagine this. Every deal you've ever chased, every pitch you've sat through, every sleepless night spent trying to figure out how to squeeze just a bit more value or control out of a startup. It all feels like running uphill against a storm. The rules keep shifting, the valuations keep inflating, and somehow, despite being labeled as partners, too often it's the founders who have all the leverage. The economics of venture capital feel broken, maybe even rigged. And it's not because any person at the table doesn't want success. It's because the system itself is bending under the weight of outdated structures, tired incentives, and a world that no longer recognizes the true power of the individuals involved. This isn't just about frustrating term sheets or missing out on the next unicorn. It's about the slow erosion of what it means to invest with meaning, with impact, and with real alignment. For years, venture capital felt like an exclusive club with rigid rules, a closed game where the biggest players dictate everything. The buzzwords, synergy, value add, network effects, often mask the reality that many traditional venture partners are stuck playing roles scripted decades ago. You know the drill. Slot into the established hierarchy, chase deals, punch the clock for the portfolio companies, and hope your carry justifies the grind. But here's what no one is saying loud enough. This model was never made for true partnership. It was created for capital and control, not for unlocking the full potential of startups or the investors who dream bigger. Now picture a shift so bold, it's like breaking through the clouds after years in the dark. A new breed of venture partners is rising. Visionaries who don't just passively invest, but actively transform startup economics by rewriting the very rules they once followed. These are the partners who refuse to be silenced, who refuse to be shackled by outdated norms or comfortable mediocrity. They are the ones who see beyond the spreadsheets to the raw, unfiltered value that can be unleashed when freedom, connection, and radical trust become the new currency. This is not about yet another slick fundraising strategy or a rebranding exercise. It's a deeper revolution that demands an awakening inside each venture partner, an awakening to autonomy, sovereignty, and relentless pursuit of realignment. When you think about the endless power struggles between investors and founders, what if those weren't just inevitable conflicts, but symptoms of a system that's fundamentally broken? Imagine instead a landscape where every venture partner isn't just a check writer, but a true architect of growth, where collaboration is fierce, unguarded, and exquisitely tuned to the rare brilliance of founders rather than blunt control or coercion. How do you tap into that kind of power? First, reject every scripted role you've ever been handed. Your worth isn't measured by the size of your fund or how many board seats you pack. It's measured by how you choose to connect, elevate, and dare to go where others won't. This means truth. Stop dressing up power plays as due diligence or risk management. The real power lies in radical honesty, the courage to call out weaknesses not as a threat, but as an invitation to rebuild stronger. It's about sculpting relationships not with templated contracts, but with fierce alignment, where each party burns for the mission and trusts the other to show up fully. Second, embrace patience like a weapon. The world celebrates the quick wins, the headline deals, the instant exits. But those are distractions, smoke and mirrors designed to keep the many chasing illusions. The rare few understand that true transformation, true economics of startups that work for everyone, demand playing the long game, building ecosystems and networks that can't be measured by quarterly returns, but will rewrite the rules for generations. Patient capital isn't soft capital. It's the backbone of revolution. It says, I'm here not because I'm chasing a number, but because I believe in unleashing what's next. Third, the real edge comes from aligning with the few, not the many. In a world drowning in noise, your power is in your selectivity, your ability to see beyond the crowded pitches, overheard advice, and shallow trends. The rise of true venture partners means curating a circle of founders, investors, and creators who share that fiery hunger to transcend old limitations. This isn't about scaling a network indiscriminately. It's about forging bonds that are so sharp, so complementary, they cut through every obstacle. These connections are not conveniences, they are lifelines, sources of breakthrough thinking and mutual empowerment. Then, flip the script on what engagement even means. This new generation doesn't clock in and out on meetings. They are relentless about being part of the startup's evolving life force. They dig into the nitty-gritty, they challenge assumptions when no one else wants to, and they fuel the vision with a ferocity that's contagious. To be a venture partner now is to be a partner in every sense, absorbing risk not as a distant financier, but as someone ready to wield influence responsibly, empathetically, and courageously. When startups hit walls, as they always do, these partners don't retreat behind legalese or portfolios. They lean in and build new bridges. And here's the kicker. This shift, this rise of next-level venture partnership, will reshape startup economics forever because it untethers value creation from old constraints. It acknowledges that startups aren't just companies or bets. They are ecosystems of human potential, innovation, and disruption. When the partners behind them break free from outdated contracts, fragmented incentives, and narrow perspectives, suddenly capital becomes a catalyst, not a cage. This changes everything, from how equity is shared, to how decisions flow, to how growth compounds. One of the most powerful things to grasp is that this isn't about overthrowing existing players or burning down the system recklessly. It's about transcending the system by building around and beyond it. This means embracing the complexity and nuance of modern startup economies, recognizing that the old zero-sum game no longer holds. Instead, the few who dare build truly collaborative, sovereign networks will capture value that is exponential, not linear. They will create markets that reward authenticity over hype, depth over surface, real partnership over transactional deals. It's also about unlocking hidden locks inside every investor and every founder, the fear, the mistrust, the impatience that have kept many from fully unleashing potential. The rise of the true venture partner rewires this entire emotional economy. By fostering rare connections, practicing absolute transparency, and embracing the long road with fierce resilience, these partners build not just companies, but movements. Movements where individuals refuse to play borrowed roles and instead forge their own paths into uncharted terrain. If there's one thing to take away here, it's this. The rise of the new venture partners is not a moment. It's a movement from the edge inward, shaking the core of what venture capital has been for far too long. It's a call to the rare few who feel that unshakable restlessness inside, that tension that screams you are made for more than just signing term sheets or chasing exits, more than just playing the game. It's a call to rise, be ruthless with comfort, and redefine what partnership means. To build startup economics that honor the fiery, unpredictable magic of true founders and bold capital alike. This is the liberation of venture capital, the breaking of chains around the individual investor, the founder, the visionary, the coming together of misaligned brilliance through an autonomous network fueled by trust, craftsmanship, and a relentless refusal to settle for anything less than the transformative. When that happens, startup economics don't just change. They explode open into new realms of possibility, powered by collaboration, sovereignty, and the recognition that true value is born not from control, but from connection. So ask yourself, and act, as if your next move in this game isn't just about your portfolio or your career, but about becoming part of a force that will never let the world's most exceptional ideas go unnoticed, uninvested, or misunderstood again. The rise of venture partners who refuse to be anything less than liberators of potential is here. The revolution isn't coming. It's already begun.